So I've been using both the 17 Pro Max and the iPhone Air for over a week now. Been flip-flopping between these two, and I just had to make this video because more than anything, Apple has really cooked this year. I know some people out there trying to decide between the Pro and the Air. I just want to start by saying just the entire iPhone lineup this year. So the regular iPhone 17, even the iPhone 17 Pro here, Apple definitely did cook this year. I mean, there's an iPhone literally for everybody. If you want the shiny new, fresh new feel, you have the iPhone Air. Even the basic iPhone, regular iPhone 17, is better than ever before thanks to its 120 Hertz ProMotion display, better cameras, bigger battery, faster performance, and the same exact price tag coming in at $799. Then like I mentioned, we have the iPhone Air, shiny new product from Apple. Remarkably thin. This is something that you got to hold in your hands to really experience and enjoy the iPhone Air in general. But then you have the Pros, where the Pro is getting thicker and thicker, which is nice. So you're getting bigger battery, you have this triple camera array system, and you have this gorgeous orange color, which is nice and flashy. But personally, I like the silver better just because it matches some of my Apple products, and even some of the scrapes and dinks from time to time, maybe with the aluminum chassis, it's not gonna really show as prominent on the raw silver color here. And I'm a no case warrior too, so that's even why I even chose silver. And I'm coming from a black iPhone 16 Pro. Without a doubt, I definitely missed the 17 Pro in black. Maybe Apple would release that in March of a refresh. Bravo to Apple. They have an incredible lineup this year, and there's an iPhone for everybody. I know a lot of people like to downplay the regular iPhones, but this year is nothing to play around with. Always on display, 3000 nits of brightness. Same thing across the board here. They really outdone themselves this time with the standard iPhone, and the sage color is beautiful. Everything that you see on this table right now, this is my go-to. So my preferred color, my preferred configurations too as well. So the black iPhone Air looks absolutely stunning. Look at this. Love the black iPhone Air. That's the color I went with. And the cosmic orange, nice and flashy. But when I'm in that business meeting, I whip out that silver 17 Pro Max. Yeah, but anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. Let's put away the 17 Pro and the 17. These are remarkable devices. You know, the reason why I'm getting rid of these two together, it pains me to say, one, I need the storage configuration, right? So I need to have 1 terabyte on my iPhone. Unfortunately, the regular models only go up to 512. And also, I need that telephoto lens because I love zooming in optically. Yeah, other than that, I like the colors, I like the size. Coming from a 16 Pro, I wanted a true upgrade. The reason why I'm axing out in the 17 Pro as well, going from a 16 Pro, same exact screen size yet again, but the only difference is you have an aluminum chassis, that vapor chamber, all of that stuff is cool, but it's the same exact front. And that leads me on to these two right here. So we have the iPhone Air, which is a 6.5 inch display, you know, 3000 nits of screen brightness. And it's a big upgrade compared to my iPhone 16 Pro, which is only a 6.3 inch. Now, I do love the form factor of this. That's why I went with the smaller model last year. But this year, with the Air being thin and light, while still having a big display, it kind of feels like I can hit the corners more efficiently, just due to the fact of the thin factor of it. And I gotta tell you, putting this in your pocket, using this at a day-to-day is super light, and I liked how you can be able to get to the corner to corner. I like this phone so much, guys. I really do like it so much. And the engineering is absolutely remarkable. This top plateau on the camera module, on the top portion here, is all the components, the chipset, everything is up here. And basically the bottom portion of this phone is battery. So yeah, this phone is absolutely incredible. I think it's a very special phone, and that's why it's a consideration of my primary device this year. And of course, next up we have the 17 Pro Max, completely the opposite here. So this is like a brick compared to the iPhone Air, but that's fine because this is a pro device. It's not supposed to look the sexiest or the flashiest. It's supposed to be a tool, which You know, granted, you have all the camera lens, right? So you have your telephoto, your wide, your ultra wide. You also have that LiDAR scanner there too, which is gonna come in clutch for those portrait shots. You have a better flash system, better mics. That studio mics is there too as well. You know, overall, you're just getting way better cameras. And unfortunately, you're only getting one camera on the Air. So these two right here, I'm telling you, I'm going back and forth, flipping back and forth, and this is something. But also too, just looking at these screens side by side here, you can just easily tell that yes, it's 6.9 on the Pro Max, right? It is a bigger screen, but I'm gonna be honest, this isn't a small phone at all. You know, everything just, it's right there. If I had to do it this way, you having a little bit of screen on the top, but that portion is not really usable at all. So it's really just to hold up the time and all that stuff too, if you ask me. But you know, everything is exactly the same. You have the A19 Pro chip on both devices. Now you are missing one core on the Air, which is fine. Day to day, I'm on Instagram, on Twitter. That's fine. Now you guys probably thinking like, why is this even a thing? Why is this even a decision? Like clearly the 17 Pro Max is better than the Air. It's not that easy, guys. If you haven't really went into the store and really hold this in your hand, you're not gonna understand where I'm coming from. It's really that good in the hand. It feels so good in the hands. And I think going to a Pro Max, it feels like a chunker. So yeah, there are some compromises that Apple had to make this phone the way it is. And that being, yes, you have one camera, so you're missing things like the telephoto, you're missing things like macro photography, and you're also missing ProRes, ProRAW, some of the Pro features that we had on the iPhone Pro series that is going to come in very handy for me because I'm shooting content all the time on my iPhone, whether it's shorts or even YouTube videos. Sometimes I use it for B-roll. That's going to come in very handy for me. Now, for the average consumer, you don't care about ProRes, ProRAW, that's not going to matter. But what is going to matter is taking those portrait shots. That's what that little dot is for. That's the LiDAR scanner. So those portrait shots are going to look a little bit better on the Pro just thanks to the LiDAR. It could cut out the background a little bit more efficiently. This doesn't have that. And also, I think the studio mics, sometimes that could come in handy too as well. It's going to be a time where I'm going to need the Pro cameras, and that's why it's so hard to really pass this phone up. I mean, this phone is light, it's compact, it has the right screen size, 120 hertz. It has everything, but it's just the cameras. The battery doesn't concern me because I'm always around chargers, and I did pick up the MagSafe battery pack, and they made this specifically for the iPhone. You have the nice slick animation there too. What is going to be an issue long term when the battery degrades, like how is the battery going to stack up 1 year later or 2 years later even? That's where it's going to be very tricky. And I think that's where the battery life is going to like fall short very quickly. For an everyday use case scenario, I will go with the Air. But if I'm traveling or if I'm going to an event or if I'm on YouTube mode, basically, like hardcore YouTube mode, I'm going to need a Pro Max. I'm constantly taking pictures. I'm constantly like, I need the good cameras. The screens are exactly the same. It's exactly the same, 3000 nits of brightness. But the Pro Max is a bigger display, but not by much anyway. But other than that, it's just really the cameras. Distorted in the corners. The quality is a little fuzzy. I don't like using the ultra wide, but if you're taking a family photo and you want everybody in that shot, it comes in handy, but I don't like using that ultra wide at all. I like what Samsung did, kind of like what Samsung did with their thin phone here, which by the way, I'm planning on making a separate video on this. If you guys want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe. But just holding it up side by side here, Samsung did right. We have two cameras on the back, right? One 200 megapixel and the other one is an ultra wide. I believe this phone is dead. I think just for the history of everything, I am going to just continue to use the iPhone Air. It's fun to use. And low-key, I enjoy using it more than the Pro Max. Because the thing is, we had Pro Maxes before. I'm so used to the Pro Max size and, you know, the triple cameras. All that stuff is cool. It's dandy. New design on the back. It's nice. But nothing beats the form factor, the usability of the Air. it feels new, a breath of fresh air. And that's why, that's why we even here. That's why it's such a tough decision. This is a beautiful iPhone, but the compromises is killing me. It's just really the camera compromise. And the speaker, I know a lot of people always say, oh, the speakers is low.
Do you want to fuck every friend that you've ever had as a girl?
No. This is the brand new iPhone Air. And I've been
The bottom here on the Air is just only the mics. The bottom here is the speaker on the top. So yeah, that is a compromise, but it doesn't bother me. Which, by the way, look how this phone looks. It just looks different. It just looks different. This is different too, but it's the same thing that we always see. Oh man, this is tough. This is tough. And this is supposed to be helping you guys out, but for me, the best thing I could tell you guys, this is what I'm going to say. It's form versus function. Form, so we have form right here. We have the form factor. It's brand new. It's shiny. You have that titanium railing. It feels so good in the hands. But then you have function, where you have the ultimate iPhone, the best iPhone Apple has ever made, the best battery life, the best camera, the best mics. Like, this is it. This is the best iPhone. But I think if you're trying to upgrade, that's where things get a little tricky, because I'm coming from a 16 Pro. So the jump from the 16 Pro to the 17 Pro or even the Pro Max is going to feel very familiar. That's where I'm going to leave it out. It's form versus function. And that's why both of these phones I'm keeping. I mean, these two right here. Both of these phones I'm keeping. And realistically, I'm keeping everything here. So I have the 17 Pro and the 17 regular iPhone 17. So these are all the phones I'm keeping this year. But in terms of just that one device that I'm going to have activated, it's between these two right here. The Air versus the 17 Pro. I don't know which one yet. This is something that I'm going to have to make another video, because I'm going to need a little bit more time with it. But guys, that is where I'm going to end out the video. I don't know if this video was even helpful for you guys. That's just where I stand right now. I'm still trying to decide between the two. But I think realistically, if I have to leave the door, I'm probably going to walk out with the Pro Max, because I just never know what situation I'm going to be in. But if I'm in a nice suit and tie and I want to be a little fancy and I want to kind of like be a little low key and just be minimal, the iPhone Air. All right, guys, I hope you guys found this one helpful. If it did, I appreciate it with a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on. Comment down below, are you Team Air or are you Team Pro? Let me know down in the comments down below. And until next time, I hope you all have a simple day. Peace.